So I told you guys to watch out for
I have always wanted to buy a house, and I've been saving up for 10 years on my teacher's salary to do this, to buy my own house. And I found a perfect place, a Victorian style home. It was beautiful, so I reached out and wanted to see the home. And after a while living there, I realized that it could be haunted.
Haunted?
So, yes, Your Honor.
But what do you mean by that?
So a couple of weeks living there, and I found the floorboards were creaking, the cabinets were opening on their own, and
How did you find the cabinets opening on their own?
as I was walking through the house, they just opened.
You would witness them opening
I would
on their own?
witness them open.
Really?
And it started freaking me out. And I figured it was an old house. The house was built in 1950s, so I chalked it up to it being an old property.
I would chalk the creaking floorboards to that. The witnessing a cabinet door open might freak me out a little more.
Yes.
But, all right.
So a week after that, I was sleeping and I was awakened by a loud crash in the living room. So I went to go check it out. At first, I didn't see anything, but as I looked, I saw a figure laying on the floor. When I got closer, I noticed that it was a woman with blood surrounding her everywhere. And that, of course, freaked me out even more. But then she stood up and she yelled at me to get out. So I ran away, and when I came back, she was gone. The blood was gone. There was no one there.
Wait, you ran away and then you came back.
That's correct.
Where did you run away to, and how long were you gone?
To my room, just for a few minutes.
And so you ran to your room and then did what? You ran back?
Yeah, to see if there was someone there.
And there was no one there?
There was no one there. The blood stains were gone. There was no proof that anyone had just been there. So that was very scary, and I thought about calling the cops, but I figured that maybe they would think that I was crazy.
They might not have a good reaction.
That's correct.
They might, what was it you said?
That
they might what? Think you were what?
They might think I was crazy.
Okay, all right.
So I didn't call the cops.
But you got no problem putting a judge through this, just not the cops. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I hired a psychic medium. Her name is Edna Watson, forgive me. And
you brought her here today for me?
I did, yes.
Well,
Your
thank
Honor.
you.
Of course.
All right. Ms. Watson, step on up. Your time to shine, honey.
Thank you, ma'am.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a psychic medium.
Okay. How long have you done that?
I come from a long line of psychic mediums, and I discovered that I was gifted with those abilities since childhood, and I worked very hard, and I became a professional psychic medium when I was an adult at 18.
Okay. And people hire you?
People hire me to read palms, to read tarot cards, or in cases like Miss Amanda, to go into their homes and determine if they are haunted, if there are ghosts there, spirits.
How often do people hire you for that? The haunted part?
Probably a couple times a month.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I cover a large territory.
Yeah. Okay then, and so you went to her house.
I went to her house. I had her wait outside because I didn't want her vibrations or spirit to interfere with anything that I was feeling when I went in. I walked in the front door, and immediately I felt something. I felt a presence. It was anger. It was so angry. And I walked around through the house, and the anger turned to sorrow. It was very sad. And then I went into the living room. And in the living room, the feeling was so overwhelming. I just immediately went into a trance, and I could feel the spirit coming into me. And I asked it, "Who are you?" And a woman told me, "My name is Dorothy O'Brien, and I want you out. You must leave."
Let me hear from you. What did something happen in the house?
Yes, Your Honor. My mother was murdered in the home 5 years ago.
I'm so sorry about that. Who murdered your mother?
My father.
What happened?
My father had lost his job. He had an issue with drinking at the time, and he came home one night from work from the casino. I don't even, it's funny, I think about it, I don't even know if he was really working there. You know, I don't know if he was gambling or... him and my mother were arguing. You know, it wasn't abnormal, but this time it was like a lot heavier than usual. And I came down and they stopped yelling, and I saw my mother, and I pulled the blood, and with my father standing up on top of her with a wrench.
A wrench?
A wrench. And he ran out of the house. I was just in shock and disbelief. And
what did you do?
I just stood there. And
did you call the police?
yeah, the police came. The police came, yeah.
What happened with your father?
He's serving 28 life right now. You know what? It was such.
I'm sure.
I can't.
Did you, Ms. Brooks, after the visit from your witness, Ms. Watson, did you do any research about the house?
I did, Your Honor. I found an op-ed that spoke about how the community and the town felt like the house could potentially be haunted.
Well, let me ask you something. Before you bought the house, did you do any research onto the house? Because all you got to do is put the address on, you know.
I saw the listing on the house and I read the information on there, but I was so excited to start my new life and to
So you
buy
never
this
put
house.
the address in to see who were prior owners or anything like that?
No, Your Honor.
When you were walking through the house and looking at it before you decided to purchase it, did you ask him, why is it so cheap?
I did.
Right.
He said that.
I saw that in your complaint, and I'm saying to myself, who says that? Don't say that. I'll raise the price, you know. So
Well, the price was.
you found it to be cheap, right?
I did. I found it to be an incredible price for a home in California, considering the prices here. I asked him, and he said that the house had been on market for a while, and he wasn't able to sell, so he lowered the price.
Okay. Did she ever ask you, did anything bad ever happen in this house, or was there ever a homicide in this house, or did anybody die in this house? Did she ever ask you that specifically?
She never asked me any of those questions, Your Honor.
Did she ask you, why is it so cheap?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you told her that you had it, had you in fact listed it before that for a higher price?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much had you listed it for originally?
150,000, Your Honor.
Okay, and then you lowered the price to?
110,000.
How do you come up with the figure 12,500? I'm kind of curious about that.
So $12,500 is the maximum that I can sue in a small
Okay.
claims court. And the amount that I have paid for the house, including the down payment and the two mortgages, the down payment came out to $11,000 and the two mortgages were $900 each. Those two combined equal more than the small claims court allowance of maximum that I can sue for.
So, what did he do wrong?
Well, I think that he could have told me that somebody died in the house.
So you feel that he has a legal obligation to tell you that someone died in the house?
A moral obligation, yes.
Oh, no, I don't enforce moral obligations. That's moral court. That's off the air for years. I enforce legal obligations. Actually, that was a great show. I enforce legal obligations. And Mr. O'Brien, you seem to be up on the law. Why don't you tell us what your legal obligation is?
Oh, good.
So after 4 years, means buyer beware is no longer
It pretty much
enforced.
sums it up. It's actually after 3 years in California. California is one of very few, and perhaps will be the only one, that requires any death, even a natural cause death, be disclosed in the first 3 years. After 3 years, you don't have to disclose, but you can never lie. If somebody asks specifically, has anybody ever died here, you have to answer. If you know the answer, you have to answer truthfully. You can never make a material misrepresentation, okay? But he doesn't have the obligation to tell you someone died here. But interestingly enough, you know, you paid a fabulous price for this incredibly beautiful house. Are you still living there?
I'm not, Your Honor.
You won't live there.
No,
Did you sell it?
I did not.
You gonna sell it? Because I suggest you wait 3 years. Right? There's the rub. I suggest you wait 3 years because you will have to disclose it because you know it. And I don't mean to make light of your discomfort there. I'd freak out and run too if I had any, uncomfortable feelings. And I certainly don't mean to make light of your gift or anything else. It just doesn't matter. I'm bound to do what the law says I have to do, and he's 100% right. He doesn't have to disclose in this situation. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
All rise.